So let's look at some practical example of AI in testing. So let's look at test case generation with AI. Reduce the time writing repetitive test cases. Example, a requirement says user must be able to log in with email and password. So let's put this prompt into ChatGPT. Generate 10 test cases for login, including positive, negative, grounding test cases. Hit enter. So the prompt says generate test cases for login, including positive, negative, and boundary cases. Format as test ID, steps, which is this, and expected results. So it has generated 10 test cases for us in the table format that was specified. So here's the sample output of the columns. Remember, we specified the test ID, the steps, and the expected results. Okay, so bug report enhancement. So the goal here is to write clear structured bug reports. So example here is we include error log or test notes, login fields with blank password. So we prompt you to write a bug report with title, steps, expected result as environment severity, and all. So if I take this to ChatGPT and uh, so if I take this to ChatGPT, um, bug, bug, um, then I ask you to write a bug report with title, steps, expected, and all. And I hit enter. So this is it. The bug title, login fields with blank password, no proper validation message shown. That's a very clear title. And went ahead to create the steps for me, expected results, actual results, the environment, the severity, the priority in just few seconds. So I can take this and recreate it on my bug tracking tool like Jira. Uh, yeah, so this speaks to bug reporting enhancement with AI. Now, next is automation self-healing using Helium, testing free trial. Now, error log analysis with AI. For example, when executing based your Selenium, your APIs, and there's this error logs with like close to 1,000 lines, and just for a single error detection, with AI tools, it can help you analyze your log in a few seconds and tell you where the issue is coming from. And you can immediately even turn it to a bug reporting, spot. So um, this is an example of a prompt. I don't have a log. When you run a test and you can see the error logs, all you just need to do is copy it, go to your chat GPT, paste it, and tell it to analyze the log, summarize the errors, and suggest possible causes and fixes, and you get your answer. So this is sample outputs. Error at line, error at dates, the null pointer exception in payment service, possible cause, missing validation for null transaction ID, suggested fix, hard null check in API. So even as testers, when we find issues and we analyze the logs, it also helps developers or engineering test, know the root cause and where they should channel their energy to. So it helps with debugging as well. Um, then here in automation, the goal here is to use AI to write assertion and test API faster. So using Postman, you can use Postman plus AI Assist to suggest test script for you. So this can be done in just a single click. That's AI in Postman, helping you to suggest test scripts, which you can use for your assertion and test your API faster. All right, so next we'll be looking at how we can use AI in Postman, especially around generating scripts. So first you need to have the Postman installed on your system, preferably from version 11 plus. And when you write your requests, there's a script session here that you can see this command for Mac. It said press Control Option P to ask AI. So I can just quickly do that on my laptop. Now you can see it's a bit faster with agent mode. This is the beta version. So I can just agree and continue. Yeah, so with this, you can create complete, e-commerce API collection. You can modernize your REST API. You can set up comprehensive testing for microservices using REST, GraphQL, WebSockets, and so on. So this is an agent that you can chat with to help you carry out some or write some test scripts. Okay, so let's start with this. So I'm going to create a new request. So let's say okay, let me use this. So I'm going to add a new request. And I'm going to input the URL, which is this, just for testing purpose. Then I send the request just to see the JSON response. So here's the JSON response. All right, so next I can use AI to write tests in two simple ways. One via the chat. Uh, so I can say hard test to verify status, response time, and the response message is equals to, let's say, word. So I can do this. Yeah, so here's my scripts. I can just copy it and paste it inside here. All right, so I have three tests validation that's going to happen, one for status code, one for response time, and the other one for response message. So if I run this test again, now you can see, so if I go to my test results, I can see my status code passed, but the response time failed, and then the response message contains equals to 1. So you can see that this passed. What's my actual response time? So you can see it is 1 seconds, which is greater than 800 milliseconds. So assuming I increase this to maybe 1.5 seconds to pass, but I can still run it again because sometimes this happens, yeah, because of network. But I can see now it's passed because um, the response time is just 481 milliseconds. All right, so these are ways you can leverage on AI to have script on Postman. Then AI in JMeter performance testing, smarter load test design and requirement result analysis. One of the things I use AI for is my result analysis, as well as generating my test scripts. So normally testers manually create JMeter test plan, but with ChatGPT, you can generate your master test plan in 400 user testing login API, AI output XML configs to import in JMeter for you, and it analyzes your JMeter reports. So I can go to ChatGPT. So I can come to ChatGPT and tell you to generate a test. I want to execute a login API requests on JMeter for 10 users. Create a downloadable GMX file with test scripts, and we should have the code and downloadable CSV file. So I've added my prompt and I'm waiting for it to generate my results. So here's it, and here's a breakdown. So I'm going to download the GMX file as well as the CSV file, and it's also specify what's inside the GMX file: the book user, CSV data, header, assertion, and reporting. So how to run: download both files in the same folder. Open JMeter, select login GMX files, and update test plan. So, so to do this, first I need to download both files, which is this. Here's the CSV file, so I can create a new folder called JMeter. I'm just call it JMeter test, and move users. Yes, I'm going to move this file into the folder I created. Then go to my JMeter and open it. I'm looking for JMeter for test. Here it is. And I'm going to open the GMF file. So you can see it has created a JMeter file for me. I told it I want it to run 10 iteration. Here's the login part. So as a tester, all I just need to do is update the parts, and other and the CSV file as well. So on my JMeter, you can see the request data parts. This is the CSV. These are the CSV parts and the file name that was. Then yeah, so we also have the cookie manager, the catch. These are the results. So once it runs, it's going to generate. Um, it's going to generate the CSV file that I can download. So here the hosts, my base URL comes there for the test to run. And basically with just your JMeter performance test experience, you just need to tweak some things, change some things so that you can run your test accordingly. So we've seen how we can use AI tools to run performance tests in JMeter. Next is AI in generating test documentation. So from our test plan to our test case to our test reporting, AI can help us generate all these documents. So you can prompt ChatGPT to write a test plan for a mobile banking app in login, fund transfer, bill payments. So I can prompt this to on my ChatGPT. So I go to my ChatGPT and I paste the prompts and I hit enter. So gone are the days when QAs needs to write test plan from scratch. With a single prompt, you can generate a test plan in just few seconds. And all you just need to do is copy this into your documentation, or you can ask it to download to create a downloadable format, maybe in Google Doc or Doc format or a PDF format for you. And you have everything you need in your test plan. You can see from the objective to the test items to the assumption, test strategies, environment, risks, assertions, acceptance criteria, fund transfer, payments, and so on. It has created everything you need for you, so you don't need to copy and paste like I mentioned. So next is yeah. So these are some of the practical ways we can use AI, you know, as software testers.